So 3 things that really turn you on.
In a man? Mm-hmm. So I don't want number 1 to be money, but that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm not going to, don't even hold me, Gabby.
I'm dead. That's me. That's literally me. You sound like me.
Literally, you said that and like a money bag popped up in the back of my brain. I was like, cha-ching.
And we will find a way to move on. 'Cause if it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.
Hey, it's Gabby Fe. Welcome back to my podcast. You may have seen my viral videos on The Shade Room, The Hollywood Reporter, Real Toronto News, etc., etc. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Fancy, and let's get right into it. So Fancy, how are you doing? How is everything?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited to be in LA for the weekend.
Is this your first time in LA?
No, this will be my 3rd time.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think about LA?
So far, I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's a little rainy. I got in at 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's a chill vibe, but it's always the traffic for me.
Okay.
just.
And where are you originally from?
From Maryland.
Oh, like born and raised?
So my mom was in the military, so we traveled a lot. So when she retired, she like stationed herself in Southern Maryland. And then throughout the years, I moved up to Baltimore, and that's where I'm currently at now.
That's exciting.
Yes, starting fresh.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So Fancy, tell me a little bit about yourself and your background. Like, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Tell us all the tea. We want to know about you.
I mean, are y'all ready for the tea?
Are we ready?
Because the tea is hot. So I recently lived in Pennsylvania, and I decided to take a little leap for myself to try to get back to just me. So I just moved back to Baltimore this week with my bird and my dog and my little high-rise luxury condo. It's something cute. It's real cute. So I'm really big on like focusing on me this year, and that's what I did. So I am single.
How long have you been single?
Let me see. 4 days.
What?
I'm fresh on the market, and it is hot, fellas.
Wow. Fresh off the market, 4 days. Mm-hmm. Fellas, did you hear that? 4 days single. She's available. Okay, she is available. Do you like guys to slide in your DMs?
I like men to slide in my DMs when they know how to act when they're in my DMs. Like, my thing is, you see what you're getting on Instagram. It's the real thing in real life. So I need you to match that. Like, Earl, you got 3 profile pictures and you have 5 followers, and you're talking about what you're gonna do. No, it's just too much. It just be too much.
Okay. So this relationship that you were in, was it long term? Was it short term? Like, what kind of, was it serious? Were y'all about to get married?
Yeah, so it was serious. We were together 5 years. We were gonna get married. It was a long time.
5 years?
Yes, baby, 5 years.
And you just broke up?
Yes, I just had to really just be honest with myself and with him, and just be like, I had addressed some issues that I wasn't happy with. Nothing really changed. And then I just decided to just, if this is how it's going to be, then I'm just going to be it by myself. And then with my career and everything that I have going on, I felt like this was the time to do it. And I really felt like this was my year to shine. So I just went with my gut and went with it. He's being supportive. Obviously his feelings are hurt, but he's definitely going through the motions. But I think it'll be. We're still friends. It wasn't like a nasty, breakup. It was very.
When you say that you're about your career, because I feel you, I'm a career girl too. Mm-hmm. Is he a career guy? Is he more supportive of you and what you're doing?
Yeah. So he is definitely himself. He's like a workaholic, like to the T. And then I guess I am too, but since I'm an influencer and also like a model, content creator, I feel like there's so many things that we are now. My life is very on the go. So I'm already I'm in LA this week, I'm in Florida next week, I'm going to be in Dallas the next week. So I'm always just going. And I think he was so used to me in the beginning when we first met. My life has changed drastically. So he was used to home cooked meals, come home, the house is clean, still was getting that. But then I got to be like, all right, the pot roast is in the crock pot, I got to go. So it added some tension. So I was just honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I was just tired of just answering to someone. I just want to be able to get up and go, live my life, get my bag, and keep it moving.
Wow. So you decided to break up with him. Like you were.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
that's
the
interesting.
initiator.
Wow. So
And this is my first time. I've always been broken up with. So me at my big age, I broke up for my first time.
So do you feel like when women, like such as yourself, you develop a career that's so demanding, that takes a lot of your time, that it might deter you from being in a relationship because of the time constraints?
I do feel that. So my thought process is whenever, I do get back into the dating world, that I'm just going to be 100% honest, because I feel like when people meet me, they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm a model. Like, I feel like they don't really take it serious.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, you're a model, probably just on IG, doing whatever. But I'm very upfront. Like, when I met my man now, I was like, you need to make 100K.
I feel you. I feel you.
So, and that's what, and I had my demands, and most of them were met. And then I feel like throughout the years, they just started, they weren't being met to my expectations. And I was like, I am who I am. It's time to go. So the next person has to be okay with all of my platforms.
Were you always dating men, six-figure men? Because I'm big on six-figure men. You have to be.
I know.
You have to be six-figure to date me. First of all, I'm a city girl. It's expensive in LA and New York, and I have a certain lifestyle. I just can't lower my lifestyle because you don't make enough money. That's unacceptable.
My name is not fancy for nothing. The lifestyle comes with the name. So when I say I'm single, y'all better be ready for the lifestyle that it's about to bring.
She's single for six-figure men, okay?
And if you want to be honest, we can even up the price, because I know a couple millionaires.
Right? Right? And as an influencer, I'm sure they're in your DMs too. Like,
yes.
I'm sure you
the soccer players, football players, like verified. Don't play with your girl.
So since you've been in a relationship, were you like just dodging them?
I was just dodging them. So I was being cordial, because I'm very big on like, you never know what opportunities is going to come to you. So, when they came, I was just very cute, like, oh, thank you. Have a nice day. I was never just like left them on red, because honestly, that's how I've gotten to my career. You just never know who's watching you, who's looking. So I'm always polite, funny. I'm always me. So I wasn't dodging them, but I wasn't crossing the line of, being disrespectful.
Okay. So in your new season of singleness, what kind of qualities are you looking for in your next relationship?
So I'm definitely looking for someone that like sees me, hears me, respects me as a person, and is okay with my lifestyle. I also like tall, dark, and handsome. If you drive a Benz, it's a plus. But like someone that just generally just likes me for me. Like I could be having a bad day, a great day, and they're just supportive. It's no judgment. Just really, I like funny men, guys that just go with the flow. I feel like it's a lot, but it's not. If you're that person, then it's not a lot. So that's what I'm.
Do you feel like you've developed a lifestyle in the last couple years as your career grows that you just you need that upkeep from that man? Or do you feel like you don't really need him that much? Like, how much are you leaning on someone?
So I feel like just from my past, I obviously am not the person that I am today. In my mind and mentally, financially, I'm always going to have me. So if another person comes along and they are financially successful, which most time they will be, I feel like it's just a nice balance. But I don't ever want to be in a situation where I have to leave. I don't have me. I'm looking for them to support me. So I always want to support myself, but them also the same thing. So like the 50-50 thing, I'm kind of like, I like to be taken care of, but I'm also cooking, cleaning, your clothes is washed and folded. Like if I'm doing what I need to do, why do I need to contribute?
Preach.
Like I was telling my friends earlier, like you can get a surf and turf every now and then, but not all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you say like, why should I contribute? I feel like we are, as women, we are contributing.
So much more than what they even notice or appreciate. And I feel like I'm a good catch. So now I'm just like, please go out and see what's on the market. Because what I've heard it's a little wild out there. They're not cooking and cleaning. Girls don't know how to cook. They don't know how to iron. They don't know how to sew. So I was like, have fun with that. That's all. Best of wishes to you.
Right. I feel like people forget the value of like things that you need from day to day. Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like if you're going to go to work and make all the money, whatever, and you're going to come home to still have to do things, and men and women both do that. Like they'll go to work and then come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids. It's like one person's doing everything. What is the other person doing? It's
And that was me. I was just like physically exhausted, just always just cooking, cleaning. And I was like, every now and then it'd be nice if we went out to dinner or if you bought food home, but it was just never that because of the career that he was in. It was like 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts, 1 day off of work, never wanted to travel. Well, I don't know if you see my page, like I'm always somewhere and I'm always with my friends. So I was like, I wanted to share that experience like with my man, and it was like a year of like things not really like adding up, and I was like, you know what? I think this is my way to just be like, it's time for me to move on.
So tell me about like a time in your life, maybe before this relationship, during, that you like went on like a date and it was just a really bad experience.
So I went on a date with a man that was in my DMs years ago, and he was fine on Instagram, but in person, he did not have any of his front teeth because he was going to go into the NFL, but got in an accident before, and I had to watch that man. I don't even know the correct terminology, the way he was eating his food. Yeah, because.
No.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He really did that?
And then you want to know what he said to me? What? He said, I need someone who's going to accept me for me.
Then why didn't you put a picture with your front teeth missing then, if he wants to be accepted for who
that
he is?
part? And this was before who I was. So in my mind, I was like, well, maybe I need to lower my standards. Ladies, do not lower your standards. Ever.
It's not happening.
Just because he might have been in the NFL does not mean he still has a chance. And you had money to get your front teeth fixed. And it was all four. I'm sorry, if you're watching this, you know who you are.
Okay, can we just talk about the fact that like men sometimes, like some men, they'll be like, they'll make you feel guilty. Like they'll gaslight the hell. Yeah, they'll gaslight the hell out of you and be like, yeah, this is your fault and you should feel bad and you should feel ashamed, even though I'm the one that lied to you. I'm the one that set this up.
I'm big on appearances. Like, I just am. I like a well-groomed looking man. I'm like, you see what you get with me. I got braces, but I don't got, my teeth aren't gone.
And he should have been honest.
He was nice, but I wouldn't say that's probably, I really haven't been on like bad dates, but just that
was a catfish date.
No, that was a catfish.
That's pretty bad.
And that took me back. I'm still scarred.
It reminds me of this one time because I got catfish. Well, I got a catfish a couple times. I go on a lot of dates. Well, like this one time, this man, he had a 6-pack and he took like a picture by the beach, and he had like and he was like built and like 6, and like I don't mind. Like I've dated like stockier men, bigger men. I've dated guys with like muscles and 6-pack. Like you know what I mean? But like I like honesty. Like that's just my thing. Yes. So the fact that he showed me this picture and asked me out, I said, oh yeah, you cute. This man shows up with a whole beer belly, no shade, but like you should have let me know how you currently look.
Now I'm caught off guard.
I'm caught off guard. Not only that, he was wearing dirty laundry because he smelled bad. You know what I mean? He was wearing a t-shirt that like was too small, maybe shrunk in the dryer because his lower belly was coming out. Okay. Yeah. Sir, no, yeah.
Aren't t-shirts $10 at H&M?
I know. It was like Sesame Street or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like a basic t-shirt. He could have definitely wore something that fits and wore something that was clean. You know what I mean?
Like you don't even care about yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Was he making 6 figures? Because it's not giving 6 figures.
He was.
You know, sometimes it'd be those men that be like a little on the rough side, and you'd be like, and they whole time he caked up.
Yeah, I mean, because he was throwing money. Like we went to a really fancy restaurant. He was like throwing money everywhere. We went to the movies. I should have left the situation early, but this would happen when I was like early 20s and I didn't really know better. Yeah, and it was hard for me to get out of that situation. So I let him kiss me.
Oh, stop.
He was like drooling like Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats. Like he was like baby drool when he was kissing me. I was like, I'm so disgusted right now. Like, and then he like literally tried to like he thought that he was winning, okay? Because I didn't say anything. He thought he was winning on this date.
Giving you the business.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, so I can't wait to take you out like next week. And I'm like, we'll see. He's like, what you mean we'll see? Like, he really thought he was it. And I was like, again, I wasn't very vocal.
It's the confidence. You got to give him his gems for the confidence. Gabby.
I still remember that baby drool. I was like, that was the worst kiss.
There's no coming back. And he's probably like the crazy guy that likes to spin your mouth. We ain't got time for that. That is a kink I'm not into. Also,
it was a hot mess. So stop catfishing people, please. Like, that is just beyond ridiculous. That was beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, that was definitely probably like a 2-year body, like post.
I think so too. I think he even mentioned it. He's like, yeah, I had a foot injury from the gym and I haven't been able to work out as much and all this stuff. It's like, not even that. You didn't even come presentable. You didn't come with clothes that fit. You didn't come with clean clothes.
Yeah, it could have just literally taken 2 hours out of your day and maybe the date would have went way better.
Yeah, he just didn't care. Like, he just was like, oh, she'll accept me for me even though I lied and catfished her.
No, that's not how that works. Not in 2023.
I know. Well, this was like,
your nails need to be clean. Your beard needs to be groomed. Can we get a little bit of coconut oil in the hair? Something. Can we get a nice collared T-shirt that's fitting around the collar? That's my nails and the loose collar gets me every time. Sir, you gotta go. You gotta go, or we're going to go get Manny and panties right now. And we're getting you a new T-shirt. I'm that girl. I will fix you up with your own money. Don't get it twisted.
Oh my gosh. Literally, can we talk about that? I'm the best with money. Like, I love when my guy like lets me like plan the trips, plan the dates, like spend his money, because I'm good at spending your money. Like, I'm really good at it. So like, give me like leeway. And so, okay, so a couple of guys I've dated, you know, 6-figure men, and they just didn't like to plan. They didn't know how to spend their money. And I'm really good at spending your money. So I'm just like, let's do this.
Give me the card.
You know, give me the card. Let me do. And like, I don't mean it to sound like, oh, I'm just spending all his money. Like, I'm good at planning and getting really good deals and making sure it's like, you know, reasonable.
A good experience.
Yeah,
I'm the same exact way.
Right.
I am.
You know, so you just have to give it to the person who's better at planning and things like that. And I am. And some people, they didn't like that I feel this way. They were calling me gold digger and whatever, but really it's not. Like, you know, if two people are in a relationship and one's just better at it, then you should just let that person do it. Duh.
Yeah,
like,
just
you know,
handle it.
Because if I let him handle it, we would literally do something basic, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would not be fun.
It's no swimming with the dolphins. It's no villa.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. And I just feel, okay.
Never again. You will not Hampton and me.
So Fancy. So tell me how, you told me that you're an OnlyFans model and content creator. How did you get into that? How did your boyfriend react to it? What is the reception that you get from men in general too about being OnlyFans creator?
So I'm an OG. It's Fluffy and Fancy if you guys want to subscribe.
You were Fluffy and Fancy. When did you become Fit and Fancy?
So I became Fit and Fancy, oh my gosh, when Instagram first came out, like 2012 or something. So I got my name Fancy from my friend that I used to work with. He passed away. So I kind of like held on to the name. So he was always just, every time I came to work, I used to be an ER nurse for animals. So he always would be like, what's your fancy ass? And then the song 𝐤𝐸𝐬𝐬, I'm so fancy. So it just stuck. So I was like, that's it. It's going to be my name. So Fit, a lot of people think that Fit stands for like my body, because like people will body shame me all the time. Like, you're not fit, but you're fancy. Like, so I can't be fat and fancy. But I was like, actually, the Fit stands for outfit and fancy, because I be dressing my ass off.
Yes.
So, but normally, so the OnlyFans kind of came into play when they first started. I was like, what is this? You know, it was a little bit of hype. I was like, let me get into it and just see what it is. And then the pandemic hit, and baby, they was spending, they was running it up.
Really?
And they wasn't even running it up to see a lot.
Did you have OnlyFans before pandemic, or you started it right when pandemic happened?
So I had it before. So I think I started in 2019 or 2018.
Really? But I didn't even know about OnlyFans back then.
Me neither, and I don't even remember what happened. I think somebody told me about it. They were like, "Oh, you should. This is like, you know, you can do whatever, like either if it's sexual or if you're just promoting yourself." So that's what I did, and then the pandemic hit, and then like people were at home, people were getting all this money back, so then it just went crazy, and I was like, I can literally do this full time. So I went down to part time with my job, and my modeling was still doing well, but not how it is now. So then, you know, I have somebody that runs it for me. I have a management team and everything like that, just to like control it, so that way it takes less stress off my life. But you know, I'm still active on there and doing.
How did you, when you first started, how did you like get your followers and build them? Like, how did you advertise for your OnlyFans so that people would go?
Yes, so I did a little bit on Instagram. So before Instagram's algorithm changed, I would just promote it like on my page or on my story, just like a picture, like OnlyFans link. And then I think that's when they ended up adding like the bio, like click the link like in your bio. So then I added it in there, and then people would just go to it. So I wasn't really promoting super, super hard, but good enough. And then a couple of my videos went viral on TikTok, a couple of them went viral on Instagram. So that really, I think that intrigued people, because to me, I feel like I have a very like, oh, she seems sweet. Like, what else she be doing? So I was like, y'all come see. Sometimes it's $4.99, sometimes it's $7.99.
Okay.
But the pay-per-view is what gets them. So.
And what has been the reception from the men in your life?
So I'd say ex, but I feel like he wasn't really too okay with it, but I also wasn't 100% honest with everything that was going on. And that was another thing. I just didn't feel secure. I kind of felt like if something was ever to get leaked, which it does, but thankfully he's not really on social media, I feel like that would be the end-all do-all. So I felt like I was kind of almost doing both of us a favor, because I've had it for 5 years, nothing's happened. Stuff just gets leaked. It is what it is. But like with talking to men, even just in like a friend like zone, a lot of people are okay with it. People have even been like, oh, do you need help? And I'm like, I don't get down like that now.
Of course men will ask
I
if
was
you
like,
need help.
right, I was like, I mean, you're not getting a percentage, sir, but we will talk about it. But I feel like everybody's okay with it, because like, I feel like it's just more of a common thing. Like, oh yeah, you know, I have OnlyFans, I model, and they literally just be like, okay, what do you be doing on there? And I'll be like, all right, what do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? I haven't had a problem.
That's
like,
great.
And I don't see it being a problem. Like you mentioned, like if you're just open and honest with what you want in a relationship, I feel like it takes you so much far. When you're like keeping secrets and you have like this whole nother secret life, it's not going to work. Because me, I'm going to find out. I'm gonna do some of
Women
my
are
friends.
excellent detectives.
We are like that should have been my other job. I mean, it still can be. Fancy the FBI detective. That's catchy.
Yes.
Let me know if y'all need somebody.
All
to
the
snoop.
FFFs. I love it. Okay, so tell me about your modeling career. How did you get into it? How did you grow your following on Instagram? How did all that happen?
So it honestly, it wasn't something that I was planning on doing. So I had lost like 100 pounds and I was feeling a little cute. So I reached out.
What, you just say 100 pounds?
Yes, I lost 100 pounds.
How?
So I had weight loss surgery like 5 years ago. So it was like, I was like, I'm really feeling myself. So I still had to eat right, you know, exercise, do all that type of stuff. But I had reached out to a photographer that I went to school with, and I was like, I want to take, you know, some like little cute, like little lingerie, but not like pushing it too much. Took some pictures, got the pictures back, and I was like, what am I going to do with these pictures? And this is like still like Instagram was like still coming along. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just going to just go for it. And I just posted them. And the response that I got from like women, men, it was all positive and really good. Companies started reaching out. At that time, nothing was paid. So like what I tell like a lot of models too is like not everything is going to be a paid collaboration, but sometimes those non-paid collaborations can turn into thousands of dollars.
How?
You just consistency, good quality pictures, knowing, you know, pretty much how to talk, what to say out of your mouth, just always being very appreciative, say thank you, doing good reviews, good and honest reviews on the clothes, whether they're good or bad, especially now. Companies are like eating off of that feedback from us. So I tell people, like, just because you didn't take a paid collaboration now doesn't mean that, like, if you're really serious about your craft, you really have to put in that work. I mean, you see the competition, especially in the plus size community, we're like really blossoming right now. So you have to really find your niche and just go with it. So I tell people just consistency is the key. I post multiple times a week, sometimes every day, and brands, they love it. And that's how I was able to be successful. This is what I do full time. This is my full-time job.
When did you see the biggest growth in your Instagram?
Probably probably around 4 or 5 years ago. So when I had lost weight, somebody did a before and after picture of me. But what happened was they said that I was using weight loss supplements with their company, and the post went viral, like millions.
Wow.
So I got all these followers from that. People were really wanting to like follow my journey, and then I started like doing sexy stuff, lingerie, just like a little bit of everything. A lot of people were reposting me. That's how I grew my followers, from reposts, from generally just, you know, being myself. So it was like an organic following.
That's
happened.
amazing. I love to hear like people's transitions and transformation stories, because I hear so many of them, especially in the plus size community. Like when people, you know, do natural weight loss, do supplement weight loss, do surgery weight loss. Out of all of the avenues, what made you decide weight loss surgery, and how did it affect your life after you did it?
So I feel like what it finally boiled down to was like I was tired of the fast diets, tired of starving myself. It was like I would lose 50 pounds, gain it back. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, I know I have a problem with food, like overeating. I was like, I need something to like calm it down. So I ended up having the surgery, and it changed my life for the better. I was able to, you know, get a hold of control of myself. Like I was obviously bigger than I am now, but I was still able to keep my shape.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of what attracted people to me, like the way I'm shaped.
Was there any like side effects or things that you didn't expect from the results of a weight loss surgery? And is there anything that, like, you know, what's the bad side of it, if there is a bad side for you?
I feel like there is. So I actually just had surgery the end of January because of my weight loss surgery. So sometimes what can happen when you get into bad, because I got back into bad eating habits, eating carbs, like drinking carbonated drinks, just doing all the things you're not supposed to do. So what ended up happening was my stomach and one side ended up kind of like fusing together, I guess, from like expanding and unexpanding. And then I ended up having I got an infection like towards the lower part of my stomach. So they had to go in and like fix all of that. So I did not rehab weight loss surgery, because a lot of people think that, because I posted it on my Instagram, you know, just being like transparent with my, you know, the community. So it is like when you have it done, you have to take it seriously, because I don't know if you know, some people, you lose weight and then sometimes you can just gain it right back. Like I gained a lot of weight back. I just lost 30 pounds just from that alone, just because I'm not eating carbs again. I'm not doing carbonated drinks. Like it really messed my body up.
Wow.
Really bad. So now I'm like, this is like, and that was another thing. Like this year I was like, I'm going to be losing weight. I got my braces are coming off. I might be getting a new man. I'm in a high rise now.
New year, new you.
Yes. And I'm like, maybe I'll pop out with a new car.
Wow.
So that's how I don't like the saying, like, because, you know, people always like, new year, new me. But I really feel that way.
Yeah.
So, and it's only early in March.
I know.
So I'm like, give it all to me.
Okay.
Give it to me.
That's exciting.
I'm excited.
Wow. Okay. So 3 things that really turn you on.
In a man? Mm-hmm. So I don't want number 1 to be money, but that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm not going to, don't even hold me, Gabby.
I'm dead. That's me. That's literally me. You sound like me.
Literally, you said that and like a money bag popped up in the back of my brain. I was like, cha-ching.
No, that's literally me. People are going to hate this.
Yes. They're like, get their big asses up out of here. Like, nah. Don't get twisted.
They always got shit to say.
Like, baby, this is gold. This is diamonds. Like, anyways, let me focus. So I'm just gonna say it. So I'm put number 3 is money, but I'm big on appearance, like clean, groomed men, and like I'm big on being courted. So okay. I still like open my door. I'm not touching a door when you're with me. Aww. Like I really want flowers. Like if you're coming to my home, bring flowers, pick me up. I am a princess treatment girl.
Me too.
So I'm just like, I like people like my soft girl era. Like I'm a soft girl, but I'm also a little spicy. So I don't know what that would be called.
Well, what's the spicy part?
Because like I have, my filter is there's like none, but it's a respectable filter. Like if he was like, oh, you know, I'm only at 66,000, and I'd be like, you know, it was nice meeting you. You're great. But I'm going to call it a night.
Okay. At least you're honest and you're not wasting his time.
Unless he has a special gift. Like, do you know how to change a tire, or can you take out an engine?
And that's sad that that's the special gift. I feel like
It has to be
men should,
extreme. It's an extreme gift. Like, can you change my transmission if it comes down to it?
I feel you. Transmissions are expensive.
They are. Then there's an exception. So I guess I have an exception, but you have to be well groomed, still into courting and actually being dated, and be respectful. And
What's the most romantic thing a guy has done for you?
I feel like cooking for me and just being attentive, like being in my presence and really just focusing on me. Like, my love language is touch. I like to be touched. I cook. I do all the cooking. So when somebody does that for me, it like makes my like heart do things to my body.
I feel that way too, and I feel like this is so reasonable. But you would be surprised at the comment section. People think that this is not reasonable.
No.
But I feel like this is just like family stuff, normal stuff. Like my mom
Everyday
cooked too.
life.
Like it really, yes, I know that's exactly. So like being a bigger person, a plus size person, have people ever made you feel like you're unworthy of having a 6-figure man or man take care of you and spoil you and things like that? Have anybody told you that you're too fat for that or you can't achieve or attain that?
My baby daddy.
What? How is he gonna say anything? What?
And that's why he don't got his teeth now. I said what I said.
Not the teeth being gone. What is up with these men and their teeth being gone?
I don't know. And do you see these?
I know. Like,
Yes.
like there's like a pandemic of like men missing their side teeth. I don't know what's going on
No,
with that. But
Gabby.
men are missing their side teeth at 28. Like what?
I'm not gonna lie. A side tooth missing.
It's a pandemic. They all are missing their
I can deal with a side tooth, but you got to be fine as hell. I'm not. I mean,
I know a few that are fine as
no,
hell, but
me
they're
too.
missing their side teeth.
No, one is fine. I mean, he has potential. He's has his side tooth gone, but he's fine as hell, and he's a millionaire. So
I feel you. I mean, I feel like if you're a millionaire, freaking get veneers or something. Like, why are you missing your
no.
side teeth? when
But
you're a
some
millionaire?
people are so into like their look and like. So this is
natural
literally
thing.
what he said. Like, it brings character. So when I got braces, he was like, "Why did you get braces?" Because I had a few gaps. He was like,
I feel you.
and I was like, "I just wanted my teeth just to be straight." He was like, "Those gaps were character." I was like, "To you." I was like, "You can keep missing your side tooth, but I'm gonna get mine fixed." And that's what I did.
Okay. Well, I just feel like your baby daddy's jealous then because
Oh
why
no,
would
he's
he
very
say-
jealous. Like,
why
I
would he
can
say
only
that?
imagine. He trash. The only thing that came good out of that was 2 kids, grown kids. Yeah, I have kids.
Oh, how old are they?
22 and 20.
Girl, you don't look a day over 34. Like, what?
Stop
You have 22-year-old and 20-year-old
Yes.
looking as good as you do?
I be trying to tell people.
What is your secret?
Minding my business. And I drink Fuji
Staying
water.
hydrated, yes. Drinking water,
Spring
staying hydrated.
water only.
minding-
We do not do tap over here. And my friends know this. I used to drink Diet Cokes, but I stopped.
You look good.
Thank you.
I'm shocked. Yes, that
Thank
man is
you.
hating on you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
big time. I feel like every day he wakes up and probably like falls on the floor out of the bed.
Well, how did you guys end? Like, how did you guys break up?
Oh, he was crazy. He had a hand problem.
A hand problem.
Girl, he was beat my ass. Like a hand problem.
You were in a domestic violence
Yes, for
situation?
like 10 years. And I was young. I was like 16, 17. I didn't know what to do, didn't know how to handle it. I thought that's how I was supposed to be treated. So finally, one day it just ended with like me having to run out of the house, the ambulance being called, and then I just never looked back. Took my kids, moved, started a new life.
Wow.
It was bad, yeah.
I mean, just to see where you're at today, how you've overcome that, you should be very proud of yourself.
I am. And I tell people, like, a lot of people don't know, like, my story. So, like, I feel like sometimes when you see somebody successful and doing well, you just think that they are already, like, got their shit together. That is not the case. Like, I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I've been on, assisted housing. I've had food stamps. I've literally experienced almost everything that could be probably bad in life.
I love that you're telling the viewers this because I know that there are women in this position right now. So like being from that place and then getting to this level of success in your life, what are some things that you would say to the girl or the woman that's in that place right now?
I would just say, you really just have to look at the bigger picture. And I feel like you are always the bigger picture. Like, you always just have to take accountability of you and what you have to offer. It is, I'm not going to lie, it is hard to get away. I stayed for a long time, but back then it was really hard, but I feel like now it's hard, but there's so many resources. And just because you have kids and you think it's the right thing to do to stay together for your family, the kids are going to have trauma from it. My kids still have trauma from it now, and they're in their 20s. So it's like you have to look at the bigger picture of everything. My mom was the person that I was able to go to, you know, for like help or like stay there for a little bit until I was able to get myself together. But there are a lot of organizations, and I don't know them off the top, but I know there's a lot of like Black-owned organizations to help women and children. They even have like family like housing and stuff now to like actually help you go somewhere to get out of that situation. So I just don't want men, because men are being abused too, to just feel like they're just stuck, because that's not the case. There's just so much more to live for other than being, you know, verbally, mentally abused. It just does a lot to you. There's want more for them.
Like, did you have to co-parent with him?
I did have to co-parent with him for a little bit. They were a little bit older, I guess, when everything had finally just ended. So it was kind of a little bit easier, but it was still hard because he's a very, I guess, a narcissist. So it's very hard to just go back and forth. Like, we need to focus on the kids. We're not going to keep talking about what happened to us 7 years ago.
So
like
he's that person. Pull you back.
Yeah, or this is your fault. Like the kids, like my son is like in college now, thriving, like for computer science engineer, and he still has something to say about just anything, girl, just anything. Like you said, I think it comes back to jealousy. Like you can stay in the basement all day, baby, but I'm catching flights. Okay.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because I've experienced that with men. I've literally experienced men that are just like, you will be nothing without me. You need me, a man, to make your life any better, because without me, a man, your life will be miserable, is what men sometimes will say. And it's like, no, women are thriving, and you should be honored to even be in our presence. You should be honored to even feel our space.
The breeze that walks by.
Literally. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel, again, this needs to be talked about. I feel like more people should express themselves this way, and like even just to hear your story, it's so important, so that other women who are hearing that voice in their head, like you ain't shit without your man, they can hear your story and be like, yes, I am.
You can be everything without a man. I'm all for women being independent and doing things on their own. At the end of the day, I'm a relationship girl. This is what I just like personally, but it's only damaging you more just staying in a relationship that is very unhealthy. And the things that women are dealing with now, I just hope that they're just able just to find some type of resource, or even in themselves or family. And then too, it's hard too, because some women don't want to let people in be in their business. So then they're really trapped. Yeah. And I've heard that too. They're just like, they don't have a way out.
Right. It's the isolation. I feel like, because like I've had a family member be in the situation with a man where he isolated her, and she like stopped talking to the family.
I was isolated. I wasn't able to go anywhere. I wasn't able to do anything. If I left the house, if I went to work and came back, I was cheating. Sir, I'm coming home in a Domino's outfit. Who am I messing with? The pepperoni?
Not the Domino's outfit.
Look, I worked at Domino's, CVS, Nicoletti's, St. Mary's County. They know that's where I grew up.
Really?
Yes. Like I've done a little bit. I worked at Walmart. Don't think we're not watching y'all self checkout.
So from Walmart to full-time content creator.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, thank you.
You have a lot to celebrate. I hope you're popping champagnes and everything.
Yes, girl, I'll be doing it all.
Traveling. So where has, like, what's like the coolest like travel story you have? Like, where have you been? What have you gotten to do?
So I haven't done a lot of like international things, but just one thing that was really like the highlight of my year last year is I walked in New York Fashion Week for for a company that celebrates like, you know, plus size women. It was like a bathing suit, and they do like their wings, kind of like the Victoria's Secret angels. So like everybody was like, I came out and they were like clapping and screaming.
Where can we see it? What designer is this?
It's Chrissy. I think it's
Chrissy King.
Chrissy King.
I know a few people that was watching that show.
So it's on my Instagram, and I know they're doing like Miami Swim Week and all that stuff too. So I'm hoping to, you know, get into Miami Swim Week.
How did you get into like a more mainstream modeling where you're walking in New York Fashion Week? Like, how did you get those types of opportunities? Are you signed with an agency?
So I am signed with an agency, but also like I tell people too, like shoot your shot. people also want to see that you're authentic and that you're also sliding in their DMs or in their emails and you're like, hey, I really love your product. Or my main catch is always like, hi, my name is Fancy. You know, I'm a social media influencer. I love your hat. Or are you open to any new influencers? Do you have a brand ambassador link that I could apply to? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to send you the link. If they want to work with you, they're going to work with you. And then you can either handle it or now like your management. But when I walked for New York, I submitted myself. I just emailed them. They said they were looking for a few more models. It was like 12 o'clock at night. They messaged me back. They were like, can you walk for us now? I'm in the bed, girl. I had a bonnet on and everything. I took my bonnet on, had pajama pants, threw on some heels, and walked back and forth in my living room.
Love it.
And the next morning, they were like, can you be in New York at this time and this date? And that's what I did.
That's amazing.
And I was really nervous. I wanted to get in the runway, but I was so in my head. Because, you know, most of the time, like, you're always, like, the big girl. And I didn't want to be like, I was like, got to get it out of my head. But, like, the love that I got when I actually did it, I was like, let's shut it down.
That is amazing. So what was the first time, like, this is your first walk, I assume?
Yeah.
First runway walk?
Yeah, that was my first runway walk.
What did it feel like being a first time, like, seeing all the eyes?
I know. It was, I made it a cautious effort not to look at people because they're like, just look straight, cameras. So it was like that rush of adrenaline. And then, like, as soon as, like, you walk behind the curtain and you see all the lights and the people, like, I feel like I'm really big on, like hyping people up. So when they were, like, cheering, clapping, like, it went out the window. I was like, let me strut my stuff. Did a little. Yes. And it was amazing. Good. So, like, it was an experience that I'll always be grateful for sure.
That is great. I mean, I'd love to hear that. Besides Runway, have you done any other like campaigns or other like magazines or anything like that?
So I've been on Queen Magazine, which is DC, a Bayou Magazine, which is Atlanta, and then I was on the Curve Plus Angel calendar in 2020. And I have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. It's like one of those things, like I got to keep thinking.
That's amazing, girl. You're living it.
Yes, I'm very appreciative for all the love. And honestly, I wouldn't be able to do it without the fans, the people supporting, and then people will even tag me. My friends tag me for these companies. I've been, reached out with branched off with other companies because people tag me in posts and they see, my work. That's why it runs back to being consistent, posting good quality pictures. Be very careful what you say on the internet. You will get canceled, like, unless that's the lane you want to be in. I prefer not to. I like to keep getting my money.
Oh my gosh, I feel you. I feel you. I think about that too, because like, like one time I was with my agent in New York and it was like a whole like Trumper thing. And then this one guy, like this one male model, he was like for Trump and he was going ballistic on the internet about it. He lost clients.
Yes.
There are several people that are just like, because like, maybe some people are, for Trump and some people are against Trump or whatever, but it's like, it doesn't matter. Do you want your paper? Because you don't know.
Politics alone is a touchy subject. I feel like people have tried to like have conversations with me and I would just be like, respectfully, I'd rather not talk about it.
You want to protect your paper. I get it.
Exactly.
Because like, well, my brother was having this conversation with me too. He's like, you do know like brands, they just care about the money. Like they care about the consumers. They don't care like who the consumer votes for. They just care about like that they'll keep shopping at their store.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just keep doing being cute, turn around. No. They're like, you don't even have to talk. Put a song over it.
Literally.
Twirl around.
So Fancy, what are your future goals for maybe the rest of 2023 or, the next couple of years? Where do you see your career going? Where do you see yourself going?
So my goal is that I definitely want to work with Good American. I want to work with Calvin Klein and Nike.
Ooh.
That is my ultimate goal this year is to be on a billboard.
Yeah.
That is my ultimate goal. For myself personally, just like growing, into just like the better version of myself, really just taking how I feel mentally, physically into consideration, not necessarily always having to be someone's shoulder to cry on. So I'm really just focusing on myself. Long term, I want to keep doing this because I feel like it's going to keep going well for me. Like you said, I don't look my age, so I'm trying to still stay in that like generation where I'm like, okay, like she's 30 something, you know? So, so that's the plan. I just want to really just keep doing what I'm doing on Instagram, TikTok, I'm really not on Twitter. Facebook is actually really becoming a good content creator place too.
Really? Why is that?
I feel like, honestly, I feel like they pay better.
Okay, but now I'm hearing that like Meta is stopping the fund for creators. Did you hear that?
I did hear that
Okay.
they were doing something with Reels, like they were going to like
Stop the Reels,
stop
yeah.
the Reels, but as I haven't gotten anything from them, but I mean,
Are you
who
talking
knows?
about? So then you're talking about something else. You're not
Yeah,
talking about the
because
Reels.
so like on Instagram, you know, you get paid for your Reels, but on Facebook, you get paid for everything. You get paid for your Reels, your stories, your posts, your comments. So on Facebook, you get paid for the amount, like the engagement that comes in.
I see.
So Instagram's just, you get paid just for Reels, but Facebook, you get paid for everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I be saying some wild stuff on Facebook.
You be seeing what's up stuff?
No,
on Facebook?
no, I say wild things for people to like engage.
Oh,
Yeah.
just for the money that's coming. Interesting.
And then they reshare, and then that's just more people coming in.
Oh.
Yeah. So most stuff is not, like some people get offended. I'm like, it's just a joke. Maybe you're that person I'm talking about.
I literally had a guy like come up to me like this week, and he was like, so, you know, and like this is not someone I know really well, but he was like, so yeah, like you know, like you say some really crazy things, and you know, getting all crazy about it. And like one of the times that I actually was joking, it was very obvious that it was a joke. He took it very seriously, and I was like, but you could tell that was a joke, right? Like I was like joking.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I just feel like that, you know, some like people can just be so inauthentic and blah blah blah.
Okay, sir.
And I was like, okay, but like you do know a joke from like
Yeah, like a reality joke, obviously not.
yeah, and I was really confused. I'm like, how come he didn't get that joke? Like,
And then sometimes like when I'm telling a joke and then like they act like that, then it makes me second myself like, damn, did I come off?
I know.
Did I really offend that person? I was like, oh, okay.
Not the gaslighting. Okay. And my number one, like, okay, so like, especially this week, I've been seeing a lot of like, you know, I always see fat phobic comments, but like people like the comment that I hate, like it's one thing when like a commenter says, oh, you're fat and disgusting and we hate fat people. That's like one type of comment that is just like, you're obviously miserable and I could care less.
Like, please get over it.
But the other type of comment that I really cannot stand is when someone's like, we just care about your health. We care about your health and you're fat and you're going to die early and all these things. But like, they're not saying it because they care about your health. They just saying it because they want to silence you, shame you, and they want you to not exist in this world.
Yeah.
Like, and that really pisses me off.
But then it's like, okay, so say like now you're concerned about my health. I start eating healthy. And then now I'm posting me eating healthy because this has happened to me recently. That's not healthy.
I know.
You're putting toxins in your body. I've been doing like high protein, like just like trying to just, you know, let people know like options and stuff. The comments just going crazy. That's not healthy. That's not the way to do it. So much sodium. Where do you work at, sir, ma'am? Because I would really like to know, what is your real job?
Yeah, like where's your doctorate degree?
Where's your doctorate degree?
Like,
Girl, nowhere, CVS Pharmacy. If I need some amoxicillin, I'm going to let you know, boo-boo. Okay? Other than that, mind your business.
Literally. Oh my God. People forget to mind their business, especially when they're like, you never even lived in a plus size body. You never
Ever.
But you have so much to say. Like, I was saying this on my TikTok earlier this week. I was like, y'all don't know where your kids are at.
Girl.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't clean your houses. Like, y'all don't do any of this stuff, but you have all the time in the world to like be fat phobic in my comment section and like other people's comment sections. I'm like, get a life.
Hell yeah.
Tell me you don't have a life without telling me you don't have a life.
That part. Because
Like,
you're making it very clear.
yeah.
But my people, like, they normally don't play. They see something crazy, they be like, attack them. Like, get them. Destroy them.
Literally.
Yes.
And along with women, society telling women to lower your standards because of whatever reason. And I feel like a lot of, especially like younger girls or people who are just dating or just getting back in the dating scene,
Yes.
they're seeing the garbage out there because there is definitely garbage out there, but they're also saying like, well, maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I'm raising my standards too high. And I really, really want to reiterate the point that you are worthy of genuine love and reciprocation, and all the gaslighty people who are trying to make you feel like you're asking too much for like reasonable, very reasonable things is why I want to empower them and like let them know, no, they're just using that to their advantage. That the fact that you're a caring person, that you care about people, that you want to try to be fair or good to people without recognizing your needs. Like we both said publicly, we like men with money. That's reasonable. Okay. It's not exaggeration.
And it's not an unnormal thing. Like, especially now, there's so many entrepreneurs. Like, and then I also like want to like reiterate, like, ladies, we are the prize. Like, period. Like, and then sometimes there's like nothing else to be said.
Period.
Like, I don't even know how to explain. Like, you're just the prize. Like, literally, like you are the diamond, the gold, whatever you're into, the pearl. Come get me.
Yes. Okay, so one of the debates that I found on the internet, and I'm gonna read it out, and then you just let me know.
Okay.
So a couple had a baby, and the original plan was for her to have a natural birth. However, after 24 hours in labor, she decided to get an epidural, and everything was fine until the bill came for the labor. And the husband says she has to pay for it alone because it's not his fault that she didn't stick to the plan. So she pays the bill, but wants to know if it's fair.
No.
And
Did
why?
you say husband? That's why. And we're shutting it down. What you mean? I just put out a baby and you can't go half or pay for the epidural? First of all, what kind of insurance do you have, ma'am? Because back when I had my kids, I had state insurance and it was paid for.
Right.
I ain't had any problems. But nowadays, I can only imagine because Blue Cross Blue Shield ain't no joke. But no.
Yes.
Do you want somebody else to take care of this baby? Because people's taking care of kids now too, Gabby.
What?
Yes. Do you know how people want to be dads? I mean, I don't have that to give them. But they want to play stepdaddy too.
Really?
I don't know what her name is, but she better.
I was thinking the same thing. And I agree with you. I needed somebody else to say it. I don't want to be the only one. But
I'm going to say it.
I agree, because I was like, first of all, I feel like any man saying that, like, oh, well, you didn't stick to the plan of birth, so you have to pay for it. First of all, if you're my husband, you're paying for everything anyways. But let's say you weren't.
Okay.
Let's say I was a 50-50 girl.
Right.
And we decided on a natural birth, which I don't even understand why that's a
How
decision.
is it even a decision?
Yeah, because you don't ever,
Right.
You're never going to feel childbirth. You're a man. You're never going to feel
You should
childbirth.
have nothing to say.
Literally.
You should just shut up in the corner and let me push this baby out.
Stay in your lane. Because obviously the pain was too much and unbearable. That's why she had to get the epidural. And now you're saying she has to front the bill?
I don't even know how much epidural costs nowadays. What, like 20 grand? It's probably something crazy.
Still, I mean, you're married. So your money, his money, like that's all intertwined anyways.
Girl,
like,
they better afterpay and stop playing.
Yeah, I know. I just thought that was so crazy. I was like, for a man to say, you have to pay it on your own, bro, you don't know what the pain, and her body's all different now. Like,
yeah, she probably and then she got to deal with, now she got to pay.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, I'm glad we settled that, because
we washed our hands clean of that.
Yeah, because people were actually saying, "Oh, yeah, that's fair." No, it's
they were
not, honey.
citing.
Yes, that's why I was so shocked. I was like, people literally said that was fair. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest.
The world we live in.
Well, Fancy, thank you so much for joining us on the Gabby Fe podcast.
I know, I'm in LA. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here. Tell the people where they could find you, where they can keep up with your day-to-day, your life.
So my Instagram is FITANDFANCY _. My TikTok is Fancy and Rolex, not because I have one, because that's my dog's name. And then Facebook is Amanda Fancy B, and that's where I'd be at. And then my OnlyFans, is Fluffy Fancy. Probably drop a sale after this, so go check me out.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, because LA ain't cheap, baby.
Literally, oh girl, exactly. It goes back to and reiterating the fact that 6 figures is not a lot of money when you live in the city.
It's not. And then you think about like after taxes come out.
Oh, don't even get me started on taxes.
Girl, do not get me started on taxes.
Don't get me started on taxes, because I was like,
they'd be like, "Oh, you want to work for yourself?"
I know.
Yeah, I keep receipts, everything,
Yes.
everything. This flight tax write-off, you have to save everything. That's another thing. Like a little word, like a little gem for like content creators. Keep all of your receipts. You can use all that stuff for tax write-offs. I don't care if you got Grubhub delivered to your house. I was working while I did it. Tax write-off.
Wow.
Lingerie, clothes. Getting your hair done, makeup artist, you can write everything off.
Well, good to know. So now all you upcoming.
Don't ever say I ain't do nothing for y'all.
Yes. This is the information that we need.
We not gatekeeping over here. I love to support and let people know because so many people gatekeeping on me. You know what I mean? Gatekeeped on me, and now it's just like, now look.
What do you mean they gatekeeped on you? What part of your career?
Just like little things, even asking like just women, just asking like, how did you get your photo like this? What photographer did you use? What lighting? Just like little stuff. Left on red. Would tell me the app, wouldn't tell me how to do it.
Jealous.
I would ask people how to edit videos, or like, where'd you get your hair done, or you're not. 9 times out of 10, it was always left on red, or it was the simplest, most basic. Like, where'd you where'd you get your hair done? Baltimore. That's what I was getting back.
Wow.
Like, can I get his sister's name? Maybe I want some braids.
The jealousy.
I was like, one thing about me, I'm never in competition with you, baby. Never. I just want to know because I actually liked what you were doing. So now it's like, now I feel some type of way. Like, now I'm probably gonna unfollow you.
Every time that happens, I feel like, damn, I look so good.
And that's how I be feeling.
Because why else? They feel intimidated.
I feel like it has to be an intimidation thing. But honestly, I'm really just coming to you genuinely because I just really just want to know. Like, how did you edit your picture? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
And me, I'm so like, oh yeah, do this. Even my friends, like, I'll be like, hey, can you guys edit this picture for me? Because I'm not good at it. A heartbeat. They do it. Send it to me. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Amazing. Well, thank God for good friends. And
yes, girl. And my friends are here today.
Yes. I love that you came with like a support team.
I know. I was like, can I bring my friends?
Yes. I love that. I think good friends are great. When when you have them, you can trust them. Good friends are great.
Yes. And then like, especially like just like being an influencer, I've met so many of like my model friends and we've like actually like have genuine relationships. Like, don't think that all these girls on the internet are catty or nasty. Like, there are still good, like, regular people. They're just, in the limelight.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming with us, Fancy. Coming along to the Gabby Fe podcast. Yes. For all of you watching, thanks for watching this episode. Thumbs it up if you liked it. Leave a comment on your favorite part, and we will see you next time. Bye.